Nobody's watching your videos and you're getting low views. And let me tell you why. People can't get past your thumbnail. I know that sounds raw, that might sound harsh, but if people can't get past your thumbnail, they can't get to the goodness that is you. And if people happen to get past your thumbnail, they can't get past your intro because maybe you're boring. Or maybe you talk too slow. Or maybe you don't craft your ideas in a way that gains people attention and gain it fast. I speed up the play button on my editors so that people can stay on my videos longer. Because we are competing for everyone's attentions on socials, it's our job as content creators to get the person's attention fast, 3 seconds. And although a proper intro on YouTube is 15 seconds, you only have 3 seconds to 5 seconds to gain people's attention. That's if they can get past your thumbnail and your title. Maybe they're not even reading the title. They're looking at what your thumbnail looks like because your thumbnail is the packaging to the present, which is the gift, which is you. Tip number 1 to how you're going to get some views is to craft good packaging. Your thumbnail is the only thing that people have to determine who you are and what message that you have. They haven't even clicked the video yet, so they have no idea of what you have to tell them. So crafting a good, curious, clearly packaged, clear image with some clear, easy to read text. No curly cues, no super glaring, glowing font, and definitely not a paragraph on your thumbnail. There are different thumbnail types for different niches. I want you to take a look around. Vlog thumbnails are a little bit different from YouTube growth thumbnails. YouTube growth thumbnails are different from gaming thumbnails. And before we get into the other 2 tips that I have to give you, I want you to stay tuned for a quick message from today's sponsor, Nexus Clips. Nexus Clips is going to help you to repurpose your content and make your content creation life less stressful.
We're going vertical everywhere. And if you don't have a tool like Nexus Clips helping you to repurpose your long form content into short form content, you are wasting a lot of time. We're out on these streets making all kind of clips, whether it be for YouTube, whether it be for TikTok or Facebook and Instagram. I use Nexus Clips every time I do a long form video. I take that same long form video, I download it, and then I upload it into the Nexus Clips software. And Nexus Clips is an AI tool that gives me the best viral potential content that is able to get me more views, save me time. I'm able to do captions on the screen. Nexus Clips has a facial recognition tool that does all the work for me. I don't have to do it. And guess what, you guys? I'm showing up on TikTok now because of Nexus Clips. Nexus Clips is a tool that I use to help me to make more videos so that I can show up vertically in all those other places. If you want a 10% discount code, down in the description.
If you're still here, thanks for staying because I know how people's time is. Because guess what? My time is valuable too. You almost have to be like a YouTube Sherlock Holmes when it comes to growing on YouTube and understanding the psychology of thumbnails. So tip number 2 on this creator reset, how you're going to grow and get more views on YouTube, is once you got a good thumbnail, and hopefully before you even did that thumbnail, you actually did some research on the topic that you did the video about. Because honey, let me tell you, if you don't do good research on the topic and validate your idea to see if people are actually wanting to pick up what you're putting down, as in, are they looking for the information that you might be doing a video about? If you haven't done that, then let me tell you something. People might not click on your thumbnail unless they're curious. So when you're making the thumbnail, make sure that you make it curious, appealing, and make it clickable. Make people have FOMO when they look at your thumbnail. The title of your video really matters. And we're not just going to be talking about SEO, but if you don't know what SEO is, I have other videos on my channel about search engine optimization. I do want to go over the strategy of making your video findable in search. Is findable a word? I don't know. Leave it down in the comments. Whenever I make a video, although it may be something curious or something that I want to do a video about, I always make sure that it is searchable. And the first place that I start out to test my idea and to see if anybody is looking for this topic is to start right in the YouTube search bar. You don't have to go to places like Keywords Everywhere or Google Trends. Even though those 2 places are a great place to test your ideas, I always start validating my video idea right here on YouTube by typing in my first pass idea of what I think the title should be. I try to pick out keywords, or I even Google search my title to see if there are any keywords in the working title that I'm working with. You get what I'm saying? Another thing that I do in order to pick out keywords or try to make it searchable is to drop my title idea into Chatty Cathy. ChatGPT or Gemini is a great place to see if your title is searchable and if it's search engine optimized. But this is how I use my ChatGPT. I have Chatty Cathy trained. She is my BFF because I've trained her as my content strategist. She is my assistant. If you want to know how to do that, here's a key. This is what you do. When you type in Chatty Cathy, say, I want you to act as my content creation strategist with 25 years of expertise working with big creators such as Stephen Bartlett or Dan Martell. Now, here's the key. I want your content strategist to work with someone that's in your niche that's bigger than your channel. So fill in the blank with your channel model or your channel mentor and tell Chatty Cathy that you want her to act as a content strategist that works with that big content creator. And you want her to give you 25 high ranking, searchable, emotional or curiosity based titles that fits into your niche. I don't want you to stop there. When you're working your title, work it, honey or bro. I want you to take that same title and I want you to make sure, or you can tell Chatty Cathy, take all the high ranking keywords and put them in the beginning of my title within the first 64 characters. Here is the key. Do not make your title long as, you know what? Don't do that. Because guess what? People may not click that button which says more anyway to read the rest of your title. You want to make sure that you give the algorithm a sweet spot when it comes to information. Do not give the robot information overload because guess what? It's a robot and it's going to get confused. And don't think the robot is perfect because it's not. Bad information in, you get bad information out because you know what? ChatGPT sometimes gets it wrong. Here's another thing. Do not rely 100% on tools like vidIQ. Although it's good, I want you to validate and check everything, whether it's what ChatGPT gives you back or whether it's what vidIQ or TubeBuddy or all these little softwares that we use as content creators that we're paying for or maybe not paying for. Validate all your ideas and make sure that it makes sense. Make it make sense to you. All right, so tip number 3, now that you have a good thumbnail and you have a good working title, a critical thing that you need is the description. This is your opportunity not to tell the whole story of what the video is going to be about. You want to make sure that you leave something for the viewer to actually look at. In the description, what I would like for you to do is use that same method that I talked about for crafting a good title. Use that for crafting a good description. This is the place where I expose and I hide, and I'll talk about that in a minute, all of my related keywords. I usually like to make sure that it's about 3 paragraphs, very short paragraphs, that is SEO packed. What do I mean by SEO packed? I like to take all of the high ranking related keywords, remember that, high ranking related keywords, and I like to repeat them 3 to 5 times throughout the entire descriptions. I also like to include them in my timestamps. That is where I hide my keywords, especially if I have a longer video that's 8 minutes or longer. I hide my keywords in those timestamps. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I want you to look at some of my other videos, shameless call to action, so that you can see how I crafted the keywords into my timestamps. I also want you to leave related hashtags down in the description. Do not overload this section because YouTube says it's against their policy. And guess what YouTube is not going to do? It's not going to recommend your video if you keyword stuff. That might have been a YouTube tactic back in the early 2000s, but that doesn't work in 2025. So don't even try it as a strategy. Now listen, you can do all these things right and still not get views on YouTube. That is just me being real with you. Sometimes YouTube is cyclical, it's pushing your content out, or people are finding your content easier based off of what they're watching. And sometimes your views might just be low. Your job is not to worry about the views that you are getting or not getting, but your job is to have fun, creating the content, learning more as you go along, and being consistent along the way. Now, when it comes to being consistent, consistency matters. I don't mean just uploading all the time because that's your upload schedule. What I mean about consistency is getting better with each upload. If you look back at some of my older videos, you can see that I was still trying to perfect my craft, not as in get perfect, actually get better, whether it was with my editing, whether it was with my storytelling, whether it was teaching or growing the community. With every video, with every upload, with every late night, I was consistently trying to get better so that when I began to teach on this platform, I would not only be relatable, but I would be relevant. Now, if you're serious about your content creation journey, whether you are a hobbyist or whether you're trying to grow your business or your brand or just your YouTube channel, and I say just, but it's a huge thing to grow a channel, or whether you're on TikTok like I am now, if you don't want to be on a journey by yourself because content creation can be super lonely, I hope that you connect with me and other revealers in our SKOOL community so that your journey could be more fun. And if you're struggling with consistency like I was a couple of weeks ago, I want you to check out this video next. And if you want more valuable lessons on how you're going to grow your channel and grow your brand, I want you to watch this playlist next. And I'll see you the next time on YouTube.